Hey there, adventurers. It's Frosty here to welcome you to DefiKingdoms and the Heroes of the Blockchain podcast. Today, we're diving into what makes you, the new heroes of the blockchain, a crucial part of this journey. Let's get started. First up, we've got Serendale on the Clayton chain. It's where the original magic started and a great spot for new heroes. Then there's Crystal Vale on the Avalanche subnet, where you'll find cool quests and rewards. Finally, the Sundered Isles on the Metis chain, with PvP and the epic Colosseum battles. Big thanks to RenPens for the awesome infographics that simplify the realms, and to Psycholand for the music and helping with the research for this episode. So, gear up, grab your MetaMask, load up on tokens, and get ready to summon heroes, embark on quests, and challenge your rivals in the Colosseum. The journey might be icy, but with this community, there's always warmth to be found. Stay frosty. This is bullish. Emerson is awesome.
Welcome to the tavern with you. And the magic flows like jewels in the gardens. Let's dive into the realms of DefiKingdoms. In the lands where heroes roam, with quests and kingdoms we call home. There's a monk who drinks and spins his yarn, and a caster casting spells at dawn. It's the drug monk and the spellcaster, guiding you through realms faster. Crystal Vale is Serendale, break down quests and tell the tale. Up a chair, have no fear, kingdom secrets you'll find here. We'll shine bright with heroes summoned, ready to fight. The monk's got wisdom in every sip, while the caster's magic never slips. It's the drug monk and the spellcaster, guiding you through realms faster. Crystal Vale, Serendale, break down quests and tell the tale. Up a chair, have no fear, kingdom secrets you'll find here. Jewels shine bright with heroes summoned, ready to fight. The monk's got wisdom in every sip, while the caster's magic never slips. You'll find here. Gardens grow, jewels shine bright, with heroes summoned, ready to fight. The monk's got wisdom in every sip, while the caster's magic never slips. It's the drug monk and the spellcaster, guiding you through realms faster. Crystal Vale is Serendale, break down quests and tell the tale. Up a chair, have no fear, kingdom secrets you'll find here. You'll find here. So grab your mug and hold on tight. Let the magic guster fly, kingdoms take flight. To the realms.
All right, gear up, because today we're diving deep into DefiKingdoms.
A world where you can battle mystical creatures and amass a fortune in digital treasure.
You know from the stack of info you sent over on getting started, this isn't just about slaying pixelated goblins. You want to understand the WHY behind this game.
And that's what makes it really interesting. Because, see, in most games, you're at the mercy of the developers, right? DefiKingdoms flips that on its head. It weaves in real ownership and decentralized finance.
Okay, let's unpack that. For those new to the game, how would you describe DefiKingdoms? Like, what's the core concept?
Imagine a classic fantasy RPG, but instead of gold coins with, no real-world value, you're earning, trading, and strategizing with tokens on the blockchain.
Whoa, so it's a game where your actions actually translate into tangible assets.
Exactly.
That's wild. Now, you mentioned realms within the game. What's the deal with those?
Think of realms like continents within the game, each with its own unique flavor and even its own currency.
Okay, so it's like different worlds within the world.
Yeah, kind of. You've got Serendale, for example. It's a bustling city, perfect for newcomers. It primarily uses jewel and jade tokens.
Got it. So like starting your adventure in a friendly town, before venturing out into the more dangerous areas.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the other realms? What other adventures await?
All right, so then you've got Crystal Vale.
Okay.
Think icy landscapes, a steeper learning curve. It uses crystal and jewel as its currencies.
Okay, so a bit more challenging.
Yeah, definitely. And then finally, there's the Sundered Isles.
Ooh, the Sundered Isles. That sounds intense.
If Serendale is the training grounds, the Sundered Isles are the gladiatorial arena, you know?
Oh, wow.
High stakes, player versus player combat where fortunes are won and lost, and they use metis and jewel in this realm.
Okay, so say I'm ready to trade in my dusty old broadsword for a blockchain-powered adventure.
Yeah.
What are the first steps to actually playing DefiKingdoms?
First things first, you'll need a crypto wallet. Think of it like your passport to the blockchain world.
Got it, like a digital backpack to hold all our loot.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, make sure to choose a reputable wallet provider and prioritize strong security measures.
Right, security is key. We don't want any rogue wizards making off with our hard-earned tokens.
Exactly. Once you've got that sorted, you'll need to acquire some tokens.
Makes sense. How do we do that?
Well, each realm has its own currency, right? You can purchase these on various cryptocurrency exchanges or even within the game itself.
So it's like exchanging your gold for the local currency when traveling between kingdoms. What's next? Is it character creation time?
Precisely. In DefiKingdoms, your characters are called heroes.
Heroes love it.
And these heroes are NFTs, meaning you actually own them.
Oh, hold on. So they're not just like lines of code. I actually own them.
You got it. You can buy pre-existing heroes on the in-game marketplace, or you can try your luck at summoning new ones.
Summoning heroes. That sounds way cooler than just picking from a character menu.
Right.
How does that even work?
So you head over to the tavern, which is like a hub for all things hero-related. You can browse the marketplace for heroes other players are selling, or you can try summoning a new hero. And summoning involves combining two existing heroes at the portal.
So there's an element of chance involved, like breeding magical creatures or something.
Exactly. Each hero has a unique set of genes that dictate their stats and abilities. When you combine two heroes at the portal, there's a chance for their offspring to inherit desirable traits from their parents.
Oh, so that's how you get those really powerful and valuable heroes.
Exactly. It's not just about picking the coolest looking ones. You have to think strategically.
And this is already blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten to quests and professions yet.
Oh, there's so much more to explore. But before we dive into the Hey-Tao W of playing DefiKingdoms, let's take a step back and talk about the WHY.
Right, because this isn't just about, like, digital dragons and dungeons, is it? This is about a whole new way of thinking about gaming.
Exactly. DefiKingdoms is at the forefront of a gaming revolution. For the first time, players have true ownership over their in-game assets.
Because they're NFTs, right?
Yeah. Right. These aren't just lines of code on a server. They're digital assets that can be traded, sold, and even potentially appreciate in value over time.
It's like the difference between renting an apartment and owning a house, but in the gaming world.
That's a great analogy, and it's all thanks to the magic of blockchain technology.
So it sounds like DefiKingdoms is kind of like a gateway drug to this whole new world of blockchain gaming.
You could say that. And the beauty of DFK is that it makes this technology accessible and, dare I say, FUN.
Right. You don't need to be a cryptocurrency expert to understand the basic mechanics of the game.
Exactly. And that's what makes DFK so exciting. It's showing the world that this technology has the potential to change the way we play and interact with games forever.
Man, I'm already hooked, and I haven't even logged in yet. Okay, let's get back to the game itself. We've covered the basics of getting started, but what about those different realms? What makes each one unique in terms of gameplay and strategy?
Each realm in DefiKingdoms offers a distinct experience, catering to different play styles and risk appetites.
So we're talking about 3 distinct realms, each with its own personality. Where should a new player even begin to explore this vast world?
Well, if you're just starting out, I'd say Serendale is the place to be. It's the oldest, most established realm, so there's a ton of resources available, and a large, helpful community to guide you.
Kind of like the wise old sage in the village square, ready to point you in the right direction.
Exactly. Plus, the gameplay mechanics in Serendale are a bit more straightforward compared to the other realms. It's a great place to learn the ropes of blockchain gaming without feeling overwhelmed, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So once you've mastered the art of mining jewel in Serendale, what awaits in the frozen wastelands of Crystal Vale?
Crystal Vale, huh? Now that's where things start to get really interesting, both in terms of gameplay and the potential rewards.
Oh, how so?
Well, for one thing, the terrain is much harsher, the monsters are tougher, and the strategies required are more complex.
So you really have to up your game to survive in Crystal Vale.
You got it.
What sets it apart from Serendale in terms of the in-game economy?
Well, Crystal Vale introduces a new token to the mix. Crystal.
Okay, so another layer of complexity.
Right. It adds a whole other dimension to the game's economy, creating new opportunities for trading and strategizing.
So you're not just juggling one currency, you're managing a whole portfolio.
Exactly.
Now, we can't forget about the Sundered Isles. This is where the real gladiators come to play, right?
Absolutely. If you thrive on competition and high-stakes battles, the Sundered Isles is the place to be.
What makes the PvP combat in DeFi Kingdoms stand out from other games?
It's a good question. I'd say it's the perfect blend of skill, strategy, and yeah, a little bit of luck. You need to think carefully about your team composition, you see, making sure your heroes have complementary abilities and synergize well together.
It's like assembling a world-class adventuring party, each member with their own unique strengths.
Exactly. And the rewards for conquering the Sundered Isles, substantial.
Oh yeah. Like what?
Not only can you earn valuable tokens, but you also gain bragging rights as a true champion of DFK.
Bragging rights. Gotta love those.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the heroes themselves for a bit. We touched upon summoning earlier, but what are some of the key things players should be thinking about when building their roster of heroes?
One crucial aspect is understanding the different hero classes and their roles in combat.
Right, because you've got your tanks, your healers, your damage dealers. Each class has its strengths and weaknesses.
Precisely. And then there are the genes we discussed earlier.
Oh, right, the genes.
These determine a hero's base stats and can even grant special abilities.
So give me an example. What kind of abilities are we talking about?
Well, for example, a hero might inherit a gene that makes them more resistant to magic, let's say, or gives them a chance to land a critical hit.
So it's not just about brute force. It's about understanding the nuances of each hero's genetic makeup.
Exactly, and that's where the real strategy of summoning comes into play. By carefully selecting heroes with desirable genes for breeding, you can increase your chances of summoning a truly exceptional champion.
It's like being a digital dragon breeder. Okay, so once you've assembled this formidable team of heroes, what are some of the ways they can earn their keep in the world of DeFi Kingdoms?
That's where quests and professions come in.
Ah, yes. Quests. Tell me more.
Quests are essentially missions that you can send your heroes on to gain experience, earn rewards, and progress through the game.
Give us some examples. What kind of quests are we talking about here?
Well, you've got your standard fetch quests, where you might need to collect a certain number of herbs or slay a specific type of monster. But DFK also offers more, how do I say this, unique and engaging quests. Quests that tie into the game's lore and world building, you know?
So it's not just about mindless grinding. There's a narrative depth to the quests as well.
Exactly. And then there are professions, of course.
Right. We can't forget about those.
Professions allow your heroes to specialize in various crafts and skills, adding a whole other dimension to the gameplay.
It's like choosing a career path for your hero.
Exactly.
What are some examples of professions players can pursue?
You have professions like mining and gardening, for example. These allow you to gather resources that can be used to craft items or sold on the marketplace for profit.
Okay, so kind of like the lifeblood of the game's economy.
Right. Then there are crafting professions like blacksmithing and alchemy, where you can create valuable equipment and potions.
So you could choose to be a master swordsmith, forging legendary blades for other players, or a skilled alchemist, brewing potent elixirs.
Precisely. And just like in the real world, certain professions might be more lucrative or in demand than others at any given time. It adds a fascinating layer of player-driven economics to the game.
It's incredible how DFK manages to weave together all these different elements, from RPG mechanics to economic principles, into a cohesive and engaging experience.
That's the beauty of it. It's a
Yeah.
game that constantly keeps you on your toes. Whether you're strategizing for your next PvP battle, optimizing your hero's gene pool, or mastering a new profession.
And let's not forget the fact that this is all built on blockchain technology,
Right.
which adds a whole other level of depth and potential to the game. It really is amazing. DeFi Kingdoms is like a microcosm of a real economy. But instead of spreadsheets and stock markets, you've got enchanted forests and mythical creatures.
That's a great way to put it. It's complex, sure. But DeFi Kingdoms also manages to remain incredibly accessible at the same time, you know?
Totally. We've talked about all these intricate systems, but at the end of the day, it's still about, having fun and going on adventures.
Exactly. That's what makes it so brilliant, I think. It lowers the barrier to entry for people who might be intimidated by, the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency.
You don't need to be a tech wizard to enjoy the thrill of battling a hydra for some sweet, sweet jewel tokens.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, for our listener who's now probably raring to jump into the game,
Yeah.
what are those crucial first steps? What should they do right now?
Well, we touched upon this a bit earlier, but securing a crypto wallet is absolutely crucial.
Right, because that's where you keep all your precious digital assets.
Exactly. Think of it as your own personal vault where you store your jewel tokens and those powerful hero NFTs.
And just like a real vault, you want to make sure it's Fort Knox level secure.
You got it. Choose a reputable wallet provider and please, for the love of all that is digital, create a strong, unique password.
Right, none of that password 123 business.
Definitely not. And another thing, don't reuse passwords and be very wary of phishing scams.
Solid advice. Okay, so once that digital fortress is set up, how does one actually get their hands on some jewel?
Well, there are a few ways to go about it. You can purchase jewel directly from a cryptocurrency exchange, just like you would buy Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Makes sense.
There are quite a few reputable exchanges that list jewel, so I'd say do your research and choose one that aligns with your needs.
So it's like comparing prices at different alchemist shops to get the best deal on your potions.
Precisely. Now, another option is to buy jewel directly through DefiKingdoms using another cryptocurrency. This method kind of streamlines the process a bit, keeping everything within the DFK ecosystem.
Got it. Wallet funded, jewel acquired. Time to finally step foot into this magical world, right?
You got it. Head over to the DeFi Kingdoms website, connect your wallet, and get ready to be greeted by the enchanting world of Serendale.
It's like stepping through a magical portal.
Mm-hmm.
So once our listener is standing in the heart of Serendale, what adventure awaits them?
Well, personally, I'd recommend heading straight for the tavern. It's kind of the beating heart of DeFi Kingdoms, a place where heroes gather, stories are shared, fortunes are made.
Sounds lively. What should our listener prioritize in those early stages of the game?
Well, I'd say focus on understanding the core mechanics. First, things like questing, professions, how the marketplace works, that sort of thing. Serendale is designed to be a welcoming environment for newcomers, so they shouldn't be afraid to experiment and learn as they go.
It's all part of the adventure, right?
Well, exactly.
And then, as our listener progresses, they can set their sights on those other realms, like braving the icy challenges of Crystal Vale, or testing their mettle in the Sundered Isles.
Now you're talking.
DeFi Kingdoms really is a game with incredible depth and replayability.
Couldn't agree more.
There's always something new to discover, whether it's a rare hero gene, a lucrative trading opportunity, a challenging new quest line.
It really makes you think, too. It's not just button mashing.
And it's all thanks to this amazing fusion of innovative technology with super engaging gameplay.
That's what makes it so fascinating.
And you know what I find truly exciting about all of this? DeFi Kingdoms is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, it's a glimpse into the future of gaming, a future where players have true ownership, where economies are driven by players, and the possibilities, well, they're limitless.
It's an exciting time to be a gamer, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So, to our listener who's been diligently researching DeFi Kingdoms, we hope this deep dive has armed you with the knowledge and insights you need to embark on your own blockchain adventure.
Don't forget, the world of DeFi Kingdoms is vast and always evolving. Embrace the challenge, explore its depths, and who knows what treasures you might uncover.
Maybe you'll become a legendary hero, a master craftsman, a shrewd trader. Whatever path you choose in DeFi Kingdoms, we wish you the best of luck. And as always, stay frosty.